Hi ladies and gentlemen, Miss Eaton here again. I am recording a video today about using standard algorithm for division to divide a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number and a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number, but we're going to focus on word problems today. So let's get started. The first word problem will be a 2-digit number being divided by a 1-digit number. The word problem reads, Miss B. Smith walks around her neighborhood 3 days out of each week. If she walks a total of 78 steps around her neighborhood each week and walks the same amount of steps each day she walks, how many steps does Miss B. Smith walk each day? As I said in previous lessons in quarter 1, we must always decipher the word problem, which means break it down so we can fully understand not only what the word problem is about, but what exactly is the word problem asking us to do. So I'm going to highlight all of the important information in the word problem that I need to pay attention to in order to solve it correctly. So everything that is not highlighted just means it doesn't have great importance. So we definitely need to know who the word problem is about. It's about Miss B. Smith. We need to know what this person is doing. She's walking steps. We need to know how many days in the week she walks. She walks 3 days. We need to know how many total steps she's actually walking in that week, and that is 78 steps. We need to understand that each one of these 3 days, she's walking the same amount of steps. And the last and most important thing is the question, how many steps does Miss B. Smith walk each day? So we can set up our expression as 78 divided by 3. We know that the divisor, which is 3, will go on the outside of the standard algorithm division bar. The dividend, which is 78, will go on the inside. And so that our brain understands exactly what we're doing with that divisor, we're going to place a multiplication symbol at the corner of the division bar, because each time we come up with a new digit in our quotient, it has to be multiplied by the divisor as we're working out our calculation. So the first question I need to ask myself is, what can I multiply by 3 to get at or close to 7? And that is going to be 2. 3 times 2 is going to give me a product of 6, and I'm going to subtract 6 from 7. I'm going to get a difference of 1, and then I'm going to bring down the 8. So now I have to figure out, what can I multiply by 3 to get at or close to 18? And that is fluency. 3 times 6 is 18. So I'm going to take 18 and subtract it from 18, and I'm going to get a perfect remainder of 0. So this is saying that Miss B. Smith walks 26 steps each day because my quotient is 26. Let's try one more. This time we'll focus on a 3-digit number being divided by a 1-digit number. The word problem reads, Mr. Uter made 332 copies last week. He divided his copies into 4 equal stacks. How many papers did Mr. Uter place in each stack? Again, let's highlight the important information in this problem. Essentially, all of it is important, except for the words last week. It doesn't really matter when he did this. We definitely need to know who the problem is about. That is Mr. Uter. We need to know how many total copies he made. That's 332 copies. We need to understand that he divided his copies equally. That word equal or equally is super important because it's telling us or indicating a clue to us that this is division, because division is equal, right? We need to understand how many stacks Mr. Uter placed these equal copies in, and that is 4 total stacks. And most importantly, we need to know what the question is asking us to do. How many papers did Mr. Uter place in each stack? So we can set up our expression as 332 divided by 4. And just like the previous problem, we're going to take the divisor, 4, and we're going to place it on the outside of the standard algorithm division bar. We're going to place the dividend on the inside. And to help our brain understand that we must multiply the divisor by any digit that we create or come up with for the quotient, we're going to place a multiplication symbol at the corner of our division bar. So the first thing we need to do is ask ourselves, is there any number we can multiply by 4 to get 3, which is the first 3 in the dividend? And the answer is no. So we're going to actually move over to the second 3. So now we're looking at the number 33. What number can I multiply by 4 to get at or close to 33? Well, I can multiply 4 by 8. I'm going to make sure I put 8 over top of the second 3, because remember, there's no number we can multiply by 4 to get the first 3. 3 is smaller than 4, so that wouldn't even make sense. So moving on, 4 times 8 will give me a product of 32. So I'm going to subtract 32 from 33, and I'm going to get a difference of 1. I'm going to then bring down the 2, which is the last digit in my dividend, and now I'm going to be dealing with the number 12. This is now fluency because I know that 4 times 3 equals 12. And I'm just going to subtract 12 from 12 to get a perfect remainder of 0. So we have just determined that the quotient is 83, which means Mr. Uter put 83 papers in each one of his 4 stacks. I hope this video was beneficial to you, and please feel free to watch it as many times as you need. It will be posted on campus. Thank you and have a great day.